Hey world, it's Gabrielle again. How you doing? So, well, this one here, excuse me, sorry about that. Hold on one second. It's raining so hard and severe where I'm at. Okay, it's raining really hard and severe. So anyway, this here is just some godly wisdom and knowledge on something that I noticed because I love to be loved. It's a choice to become and remain loved. And when you get into your adulthood, one thing that I've noticed in this world with most adults, regardless of their culture, their ethnicity, a lot of parents, even grandparents, love to demonically and religiously, and especially based on their demonic culture beliefs, enforce the wrong type of marriage on their adult children, grandchildren, whomever, and then be anxious about putting pressure on them to have grandchildren. First of all, I'm very bold in a humble way. It's never God's will for your parents or grandparents to do that. Actually, they're out of God's will and they become dishonorable as parents and grandparents when they go against God's will for your life. And they try to put on a role that neither God even tries to does in your life. Because God doesn't force anything. Love is not enforced. Love anticipates itself. It just is. It doesn't put pressure on you. It doesn't try to force you or be narcissistic with you or manipulative or deceptive. So I'm one of the people, I don't fear your grandparents. I don't fear your family members. I don't fear no human being. I only choose to fear God. And you as a mature adult child that's no longer in childhood, you're in adulthood, about to be married or engaged to be married or you're already married, you need to keep your family members out your business, your parents, your mom and them, whoever. I don't care what your cultural beliefs are. That's against God's will and his beliefs and his kingdom. That's wickedness and it's evil when you adults who are parents or grandparents, you put demonic pressure, you be narcissistic, you manipulate, you verbally attack, you keep on harassing your children, grandchildren to get married. You threaten them and compare them to other siblings or compare them to other people or the neighbors or whoever, people at your job. That's demonic and satanic in nature. That's not what love is. If you don't know what love is, as a matter of fact, your parents or grandparents hate you when they do those kind of actions against you. Because love, it does not do that. That's totally opposite of love. Love does not dwell in narcissism, manipulation, deception, enforcing things, putting pressure on people. Love just is. 1 Corinthians in the Bible, 13:4-7 says, love is patient. That's how you know your parents, family members are satanic in nature. Why are you not patient with God and letting his will be done in those children's life? They're no longer kids. They're not subject to you anymore. They're adults now. You have to choose as a parent, mom, dad, grandparent, great-great-grandmom, whoever, I don't care. Come out of the witchcraft. Stop being a witch. Stop functioning like that in sorcery. Enforcing something against your children, those adult kids now who are full-fledged adults, about to be married or already married. Let God be God and stop putting on the role that neither God is putting on in their life. Love is patient. What am I saying to you adult children? It's your right to take a stand with your mom, your dad, your grandparent, whoever, respectfully and say, look, that's a no-no. This is our relationship. This is our marriage. You have no right to get in our business and we're not going to allow you in our business. And if you do not choose to respect that, then you can no longer come to our house. We won't answer the call. We'll block, delete, do whatever God says to do. But it's a no-no. It's not an option. We respect you and what you have going on, and it's a requirement that you respect my wife or my husband, whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not going to go to hell for telling your parents or whoever of your culture believes they're wrong and they're being disrespectful, and that's not acceptable in your new family. Especially if you're the male, you should be leading by what God's standards is as a husband or whatever, and letting your parents know or whatever, respectfully together, standing with your mate, your suitable partner. That is a no-no. We do not agree on that. And should you all continue to enforce and disrespect us, we will have to cut you off for a season until God says otherwise. Love is kind. So when your parents or grandparents hollering at you, taking privileges away from you, treating you like a child, when you are full-fledged adults, you're grown adults about to be married or you're already married, then you need to disconnect for a season from that mom, that dad, mom, papa, whoever, because they're being wicked. They're in evil. Their heart is wicked and deceitful, and they're being evil. They're not functioning in love. Okay? It said, love does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. Okay? Because some of your parents and grandparents' motives, the reason why they want you to hurry up and get married and want to hook you up with who they think is suitable for you, but not in God's will for you, because they want you to hurry up and have grandchildren and claiming that your biological clock is ticking and you're not getting any younger. Yeah, but they're not getting any wise. They're not getting any wiser. They don't have no godly wisdom. They're not becoming love. So who are they to tell you something when they got a beam in their eye and they trying to pick on your mote, which is this little, and their beam of their wickedness is that wide in God's eye? They want to be prideful and brag and boast about their grandchildren and about who they chose for you in marriage. That's why you don't listen to your grandparents and parents or whomever of your culture, demonic beliefs, that's enforcing you to hurry up and get married or trying to hook you up with somebody outside of God's will that's compatible, not suitable in God's will, but compatible in their will, which is demonic right there. That's not love. That's hate. They want to enforce this on you so they can have something to be prideful about and become full of themselves about. Look at my grandchildren. Oh, God is so good. God didn't have to do that. That was your wicked grandma, your wicked parents, your mom, your dad, your papa, your mom, whoever. Okay? It doesn't dishonor others. So when your parents, grandparents, whomever of your cultural beliefs begin to gossip about you behind your back and tear you down in front of other siblings or the family or your dad or whomever, they are dishonoring you as their adult child, which is not good in God's eyes. That means they hate you even more. Because if your parents loved you, actually, they will let God be God and his will be done in your life, in your marriage. They will pray and fast for your marriage and mind their business, mind their culture business, and repent to God for contaminating and distorting culture beliefs, okay, and putting their own opinions and fleshly carnal ways in it. Because they're not godly parents. Godly parents don't do their adult children like that in marriage. It is not self-seeking. A lot of our parents and grandparents, the reason why they want you to have and hurry up and get married and try to hook you up with someone and want you to hurry up and have children so they can have grandchildren is because it's for their own selfish reasons. It ain't even about you. It's about what they want. That's why that's not love. Love is not selfish. Selfishness doesn't dwell in love. Love is not selfish or self-seeking. It considers others first. See, if your parents and grandparents and them of whatever culture beliefs you are of actually love you, they will consider minding their business. They will consider biblically seeking God and fasting for you all, praying for you all, warfaring against whatever demonic attacks Satan has prepared to come against your marriage, your womb, your husband loins, your mind, your finances, your relationship. And they will mind their business. That's what godly parents do. Godly biblical family members do. It is not easily angered. So when you're respectfully communicating to your parents or whomever in your culture believe that they need to mind their business and stay out of your marriage business, and you're going to take a stand and stop letting them in it, when they get easily angered, that's another sign and manifestation that they hate you. And it's about themselves. Because again, love isn't easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Verse 6, 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7. This is about what love is. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. So if your grandparents and parents of whatever culture belief you are from actually loved you and first loved God and loved themselves, they will rejoice about your union. They will rejoice and let God be God. They will rejoice that you all are letting God be God and doing things in God's timing, and not trying to enforce and rush and push you all to hurry up and have children and give them grandbabies, before they die, and you're not getting any younger, or you don't want your man to go commit adultery on you because you won't have grandbabies. The devil is a liar. If he's a man of God, he's not going to do that. If he's anchored in God and married to God first, he's not going to choose to do that, because he has a covenant first with God, and he don't want to be adulterous. He refuses to be an adulterous spouse to God, so he's definitely secondly not going to be an adulterous spouse to his virtuous wife. Verse 7, 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7. It always protects. If your mom and dad, papa, whoever raised you, or your grandparents actually love you, they wouldn't be exposing your situation with your marriage. They wouldn't be exposing that you ain't gave them no grandchildren yet. You're not getting any younger. You know, your husband will end up cheating on you, or she going to end up leaving you because you won't give her babies. They wouldn't be gossiping and backbiting, saying things so evil and wicked and harsh and cruel and mean about you to other family members, to people on their job, to the neighbors. You know, that's not love, that's hate. That's not love, that's hate, and they hate themselves. It always trusts. If your family members of your culture belief actually trusted in God and put their trust in God for his will to be done in your marriage and your soon-to-be marriage, they will not be coming to you about you getting pregnant, y'all having children, and giving them grandchildren. They will mind their business and let God handle his business in y'all marriage. It always hopes, always perseveres. So, I had to write that on the paper because I'm out here, it's thundering, storming, and heavy. What am I saying in this? What I'm saying is, like I said, I don't fear no man. I'm not scared of your parents or your grandparents. It doesn't bother me. They get offended by this truth from God, teaching about this godly wisdom and understanding, because that is wickedness and evil and satanic in nature when your parents, great-grandparents, grandparents, whoever of your culture believes enforce things upon you and against you that is against God's will, that is not of love or in love or through love or with love. In case you didn't know, parents, you are sounding cymbals when you don't choose to do things with your adult children who getting married, about to be married, when you don't mind your business, when you're enforcing them to hurry up and have a child, and you telling the female her biological clock is ticking and she ain't gonna hardly have no eggs because she's in her 30s or 40s. Sarah was in her 90s and had a baby in the Bible, and it still goes on to this day. Ain't nobody, God ain't stopping for nobody who has faith in him. You do not love your adult children, parents and grandparents or whoever raised you. You do not love them when you're enforcing things upon them, against them, verbally attacking them, tearing them down, saying mean, hurtful, bad, wicked things to them and against them, even behind their back to others, because you can't get what you want in their union, in their relationship. Remember, it's their marriage, not yours, whether you're married or not, whether you've been married 10,000 times or not. That's their new family, not your family. For God said to the male, leave and cleave. So men, if you are the fiance or the husband of this wife, it's even worse on you if you don't take a stand to do your part as a Ephesians 5 husband in the Bible and protect your virtuous wife and stand with her against your family getting y'all business. You're supposed to cleave to your wife. Stick with her side by side, not her behind your back, side by side, not her behind you, side by side. Y'all back supposed to be placed to each other so you can keep out your family and other people out your union. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask me. I'm Gabrielle. Again, I don't back down from what God says. Your family does not love you, starting with your mom, papa, mom, daddy, granddaddy, whoever, stepdad, stepmom, grandma, whatever culture belief you are in. They do not love you if they not choose to function according to 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7. When it comes to your union, you engaged to be married, about to be married, or you married on the brink of a separation, whatever, you need to keep your mom and them, your mom, papa, whoever, ma, out your business. Because people can only do what you allow them to do. It's okay. Pray, let God lead you how to take a respectful stand with your parents. Even if it means blocking them too and deleting them too, it does not matter. Jesus said, my family is those that do the will of my Father. Your parents ain't got no business in your business, period. As an adult child, married or about to be married, your parents, grandparents, that's not their business, and you should not be putting them in your business or allow them to be permitted to get into your business. And this goes for your friends too. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask me. Love is what love does. Just like selfishness is what selfishness does. So that's very selfish nature, which is satanic nature, because that's how Satan is, and which is also prideful. When your parents, no matter what culture belief you are, or your grandparents, try to arrange a satanic marriage, satanic meaning is not who God chose, who is not who God anointed and qualified for you or sent to you. It's who they're choosing because of their selfish gratification and their self-seeking self. It's out of God's will. But it's not, they're not the suitable partner in God's will for you. So that's very wicked of your parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, stepmom, stepdad, whoever raised you, auntie, uncle, whoever. You have to choose as an adult person to put a stop to it and take a stand and say, no, no, thank you. No. And if you don't stop and you keep choosing to disrespect me, I will disconnect from you. You have to get out of my life respectfully, because I'm not going to do that with you. You're not going to do it with me. So when it comes to you and your parents, grandparents, whomever, respect cannot be a one-way street where you're respecting your parents or your grandparents, but you're allowing them to disrespect you and dishonor you. No, that's a two-way street. Your parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, whoever, also have to choose in your adulthood, in your marriage, your engagement, to respect and be loved, or they can't be in it, period. They can't connect, period. I said what I said in love. It's the truth anyhow. Because unless they choose to be loved, they're just sounding symbols. They have to choose to be loved and respect you in your adulthood, and choose to pray for you all. Choose to biblically fast and consecrate concerning your marriage, your joining together, and listen to what God has to say and stay out of your marriage business. And you have to choose to take a stand, let God lead you, pray about it, seek God, take a stand with them, and stop letting them get in there and stop opening the doors to them in your marriage or engagement. You are adults, no longer children. When you was a child, that was okay. Now that you're an adult, that's not okay. And people only do what you allow them to do. Take a stand. It's on you. If you have any questions or comments, I'm Gabrielle. Feel free to ask. Until next time, I love you.